But until then, we're gonna watch this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, the volume's quiet. There we go. Oh, I think this one actually has closed captioning, like proper subtitling. You'd be a good news presenter, would I? Oh, is it because of the countdown? I'm assuming it's because of the countdown. Oh, Swery and Suda 51. Oh, this is a good start. This is a very good start. This is actually a really good start. I'm not gonna lie. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Ah, yes. Oh, okay. So they're gonna bring in. They're gonna bring these two characters into party animals, I assume. I've forgotten where they're from again. I thought it was called Willow Wisps, but I don't think it's called Willow Wisps. Got the name again. Ori and the Blind Forest. That's what it's called. Yes. Capcom presents. Okay.
The original courtroom adventure is back. Bigger and bolder than ever before. Join rookie attorney Phoenix Wright as you solve intriguing and intricate cases and protect your innocent clients from false accusations. Unreliable witnesses work relentlessly to stack the deck against you.
Okay, finally it comes to Game Pass, which would be nice. It's nice.
Experience a battle of wits.
I'm not gonna lie, this theme is so good.
Uncover the truth and save the day.
It's just a meme in its own right.
Objection!
Ah, we're gonna get the Apologists as well. Is it gonna come to Game Pass straight away? Okay, Pocket Pair. Are we seeing games we haven't seen before? Pal World. Hen King. War Sect. King's Haka. Oh yeah, the packing. Oh yeah, I remember this game now. This is the game with all the Pokemon are packing. So I just started blasting. It's so weird. It's like Pokemon. All of a sudden, you have guns. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, okay. So we're gonna have a sweat factory. I'm not gonna lie. This has now become the silliest game. Faction leaders. They all look like gym leaders. They all look like gym leaders. This is so weird. This game is so weird.
Minasan konnichiwa, Xbox no field desu.
Oh, God.
Welcome
Sorry.
to the Xbox digital broadcast.
I feel like you should have put more emphasis on the accent.
Game show with the latest news from our studios and
I appreciate you,
partners.
Phil Spencer. I do.
Thanks to everyone at CISA for your work on behalf of game creators, publishers, and players.
Okay.
Japan will always have a special place in my heart for pioneering innovative ways to play.
Look, I don't
from the Game
hate
Boy
Phil Spencer.
to PSP
Oh,
to
cool.
the Switch.
Wait,
Today's
they're actually acknowledging it.
players
All
want
right, I was a very
flexibility in
confusing
where
one.
and
I'm not
how
gonna
they
lie.
play. And at Xbox, our goal is to enable you to play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want, with a wide range of amazing games.
It's like the anywhere,
We've
anywhere,
expanded PC
everywhere,
Game
anywhere.
Pass to 46 markets globally. And over the past 3 years, the number of PC Game Pass members in Asia has more than quadrupled. And PC Game Pass allows creators to bring amazing new experiences to these players.
It's like
We've also seen strong momentum for PC gaming here in Japan. The Japanese PC gaming market has doubled in size over the last 3 years.
I was just fixing.
So we understand the importance of making content that will appeal to Japanese PC players. For example, since the release of our Japan World Update for Microsoft Flight Simulator, nearly 15 million flights have been flown out of the Japanese airports in the game. Thanks to our innovations like Game Pass, Xbox Cloud Gaming, you can play Flight Simulator and many other games on handheld devices, mobile phones, in addition to traditional PCs and consoles like the Xbox Series X and Series S. We're also proud of our 2023 lineup of games, which includes Hi-Fi Rush, the recently released Starfield, and the upcoming Forza Motorsport.
I'm not sure how I feel about Forza Motorsport.
For the support from our
I mean, the Hi-Fi Rush was a
Japan, Asia,
game that was lucky to be in a lot of ways a hit because it came out the same day it came out and came out the same day it was announced.
And from everyone at Team Xbox, enjoy the show.
I appreciate that he tries. Like I said, I don't hate on Phil Spencer. It's just Xbox in more of a general sense. And it's a bit of an annoyance to try and have to explain this part that I don't want to... I want to separate the brand from the person a little bit, just so that it's easier to explain to people how I feel about certain brands. It's like they need to do a lot of work to convince, and because they have to understand that
Xbox の東京ゲームショウへようこそ。荒木みすずです。
Misuzu_zip.
日本、アジア、そして
I'm glad they brought a Japanese host for it. I think maybe they should just get a Japanese host outright. Maybe that's what they're planning with this. Though this feels a lot less what I kind of hoped for. I'm so used to the Tokyo Game Show way of doing things that them doing an American style version of that is a bit weird. Okay, Atlas stuff.
Xbox ファンの皆さんこんにちは。ペルソナ5タクティカプロデューサーの野村敦です。2016年に発売したペルソナ5。昼は学生、夜は心を盗む怪盗として過ごす1年間の二重生活と悪い大人を改心させる痛快な世直し劇は多くの方に愛していただきました。全世界900万本のセールスを突破した本シリーズから新たに戦術で見せる RPG ペルソナ5タクティカが登場します。今回は本作のクエストの情報を初公開いたします。P5P のメインストーリーを進めていくと特別なギミックやクリア条件を持ったステージが追加されます。それがクエストです。
So this is like the first time we actually understand what's going on.
クエストでは仲間たちとの会話が楽しめるほか、クリアすることでスキルツリーを成長させるポイントを獲得できます。たくさんのクエストをクリアすれば最高クラスのスキルが解放されたり、強力なペルソナを生み出せるようにもなります。1ターンで敵を全滅させなければならないステージや大量の爆弾を活用して敵を倒すパズルのようなステージなど、いずれも通常のバトルとは一味違うステージが待ち受けていますので、ぜひ挑戦してみてください。ペルソナ5タクティカは Xbox シリーズと Windows 対応で2023年11月17日
It's going to be a tough month to be a Sega fan. November is a terrible time. Late October, November, and January. We're having a lot of games to play. Because I believe Endless Dungeon comes out fairly soon as well. Just please don't... Square Enix. So this is apparently based on the anime, but it's very anime in all the best ways. It looks like they've improved a lot of the Akira Toriyama style as well. It's a very long name, not gonna lie.
Minasan, konnichiwa, Xbox no Sarah Desu. I am thrilled to be back here at Tokyo Game Show. Our commitment to being the home for players and creators around the world.
I don't know if I'm ever going to be happy with hearing Japanglish, I guess is probably the best way to describe it.
We have more than double the number of games on Xbox from this region. And we add more all the time.
I don't know if that's more offensive if they try to mimic the accent or if it's less offensive. I guess there's no way of doing it.
Atlas and Studio Zero. and the Like a Dragon series from Sega and Ryuga Gotoku Studio. Wulong Fallen Dynasty from Koei Tecmo, Sandland from Bandai Namco, Armored Core 6,
I don't know
Fires
if
of
I'm
Rubicon
just being
from Software and Bandai Namco.
if I'm just being extremely judgmental.
And building off our Final Fantasy XIV announced in July, we have a special message from Miyake-san of Square Enix.
Sorry. Am I the only one who like cringes whenever I hear it weirdly? It's only because, so here's the reason why I find it a problem. So there was someone I used to know who is a YouTuber on YouTube, and they learnt Japanese. They put all their effort into learning Japanese. And obviously, if they still speak Japanese, they will still be seen as a foreigner in the sense of you can tell if they have a foreign accent. But here, it's like she puts effort into speaking more Japanese-esque. It's just when I hear it on this side, especially when it's like someone trying to mimic an Asian language I follow. I feel like they're not trying enough, or they need more practice and they need more time. So it's more like
we are pleased to be working more
to
closely
speak
with
that
Square
slowly.
Enix and look forward to bringing more of their games
odd.
to Xbox players
Like I said,
around the world.
It's one of the biggest problems with Xbox is that it feels too scripted to the point where it lacks any personality or flair.
Like Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess from Capcom.
That's the name I was looking for,
Party
Kunitsugami.
Animals from Recreate Games, and of course, Liza P from Neowitz, launched this week.
See, that's the problem
And
we're having.
today,
So I don't know if I'm the
we're
only
honored
one
to
who feels
reveal
this way.
interviews with Nitsuma-san, producer of Persona 3 Reload, and Nomura-san, business
They're doing
producer
a
for
lot of
Persona
Sega
5
stuff.
Tactica, giving us extraordinary peeks into their creative process for the beloved Persona franchise. Creators are the lifeblood of our industry and our shared passion. From celebrated studios to inspired masterminds to emerging indies, Xbox is a growing destination for creators. Everyone is welcome at Xbox. Our next game is a perfect example. Althea Wrath of the Aferi is an action-adventure odyssey created by two brothers that exudes
They're
their
really
familial
leaning
bond
on
and passion
Like
for
a Dragon
powerful
and Persona
storytelling.
right now.
Published by Neon Doctrine. Arigato gozaimasu.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sure they're trying hard. I'm sure they're trying hard.
Ciao, sono Andrea. Io sono Marco. E insieme siamo Marzli.
I think that's what Xbox should be trying to do, is export European and more Western titles to Japan as opposed to trying to leverage Japanese developers that are already established. I think that works well for them, or just support the indie developers that are more in Japan if they want to try and hit that market better. Because when the thing is, it's not that they couldn't be good at indie development. XBLA was like one of the big pioneers for indie development, and I really want to believe that they can do that again. But this obsession with just because they can buy an entire studio does not mean they should. So Activision and Bethesda, yeah, sorry, Activision Blizzard and Bethesda, yeah, fine, they're both American companies for the most part. But I kind of would not want them to do anything to do with another company unless they are developing a company from the ground up where it specifically works to that advantage. Like, it's a long-term plan. That's what I want them to do. I want them to actually put in effort into creating a Japanese studio from the ground up and put that as your forefront. I think your best bet, as ironic as it might be, as I don't want them to do it, is Unseen, because they've actually had a history with some of the developers that work on it. Hey, it's this game. I've forgotten this game's name, but I remember seeing this in a Wholesome Direct. Sorry, I feel like this is gonna be, like I said, I'm probably the harshest on Xbox than I am gonna be on anything else, and it's not because I don't want to care, it's because I do. Xbox has a huge history for me. I will say this every time. It's just very easy to feel like I'm it's easy to tell. Like when Ikumi Nakamura came onto the stage that one time to show off Ghostwire, and I believe it was Ghostwire. She brought so much personality to an otherwise stale presentation. I hate that they go for a very stale presentation and then you compare it to any of the other Tokyo Game Show shows, and the only thing they can do, there it goes, Mineko's Night Market. Oh, another Atlas one. So this must be the other Atlas games. This must be Persona 3.
Xbox ファンの皆さん、こんにちは。ペルソナ3
the music sounds great.
プロデューサーの新妻亮太です。ペルソナシリーズのターニングポイントとなったペルソナ3から17年。今の P スタジオの手で装いを新たに生まれ変わったペルソナ3リロード。本日は番組をご覧の皆様に向けてその最新情報をお届けいたします。今作の新規要素、バトル中特定の行動を取ることでゲージがたまり、ゲージマックスになった時に発動可能な大技テールギア。その中から主人公のテールギアの一つをここで初公開いたします。ではどうぞ。
Of course, that's Jack Frost. I do like the ending. It's just so cool.
ド派手な演出のテールギア。バトル
I
中
don't
の切
think
り札に
people
もなります
understood
の
what the hell they were
で、ぜひ
looking
活
at.
用してください。
But like, unless
ペ
you
ルソ
already
ナ
knew
3
the
リロー
game.
ドはこれまでにペルソナ3をプレイしたことのある方にも初めてプレイする方にも自信を持ってより鮮明に描かれる感動をお届けいたします。ペルソナ3リロードは Xbox シリーズと Windows 対応で2024年2月2日に発売予定です。そしてゲームパスでも同日から配信が開始されます。皆様に楽しんでいただけるようチーム一同頑張っていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。ありがとうございました。
So at least it's coming out in February, but geez, man, there's so many games coming out. There's at least like one game, two games
Greetings
every
to
month.
Everyone at TGS. With Fallout 76, we've explored Appalachia. We return to the fan-favorite city of Pittsburgh, and soon we'll be showing our cards with an all-new location, Atlantic City. Since we announced Atlantic City at the Xbox Showcase last June, we've upped the ante with so much great content that we're splitting it into 2 releases.
Wow.
Today I'm excited to share that the first update of Atlantic City will be available on December 5th. Atlantic City says stack the deck with new content, including new locations.
See, I think this is a good
factions,
example of selling to the
creatures,
Japanese market more.
new missions, and new
But it might
rewards.
just be that it needs to be
Plus,
told
a flesh
in the
casino
Japanese
where our
market.
Wastelanders can test their luck. You won't
Like,
have
why
to
would
wait
you
until
want
December to
to-
roll the dice in Atlantic City.
Why would you do a
We're
presentation
inviting
in
anyone who
English
already owns the game on
when
Steam
it's
to help test
at Tokyo
Atlantic
Game
City
Show?
on our public testing server starting October
I don't
3rd.
know.
Stay
Like I said,
tuned
it's
in
very
to our
easy to
social
sort of-
channels and Fallout.com for more details. And may luck be with you in Atlantic City.
Maybe I'm
later
being too
this year.
judgmental again.
Answer the call of Vault 76.
The news of Dad's death might plunge the entire Swen clan into chaos.
I'm pretty sure we
This is
saw
only a
this
job,
game.
So don't take it personally. Just accept your fate and die.
Oh, we're seeing a new Dynasty Warriors game? No, it's not a Dynasty Warriors game.
Rescue Bofu and the others!
It looks really cool. It's very similar to like Neo, or maybe Wolong.
I am Tai Shi Chi. I will not allow you to proceed any further.
Is that Matthew Mercer? It looks fast paced, but it obviously doesn't really.
By the enemy. I'll settle my score with him later.
The thought of the young conqueror
Oh,
growing
it is
into a
Wolong.
fully fledged one causes my lord great distress.
That's cool to see a new DLC for it. Liza P. Weapons will be distributed. Oh, because it's done by the same company. Yeah, that's a good point. It's both by Koei Tecmo.
皆さんこんにちは。龍が如くスタジオ代表の横山
God damn it. They're really leaning on Sega.
この度龍が如くセブンガイデン名を消した男および龍が如く維新極
It's
み
not a bad thing. It really is not a bad thing. But it's just really, it's now easily
龍が
tell.
如くセブ
Big
ンガイ
tell.
デンに関しては発売日からプレイ可能となっております。最新作となる龍が如くセブンガイデン名を消した男は龍が如くセブンで語られなかった裏側の出来事や龍が如く8へとつながるストーリーを桐生一馬の視点から描いており、本作をプレイすることで次回作龍が如く8がよりお楽しみいただけるような作りとなっています。また桐生一馬がどういう男なのか、彼の生き様、
I'm gonna keep both subtitles on just
作
in
品となっ
case.
ていますので、シリーズに触れたことがない方でもエントリーしやすい作品となっています。今回の Xbox ゲームパスをきっかけに龍が如くセブンガイデンに触れていただき、ぜひ来年リリースされる龍が如く8にもご期待いただければと思います。よろしくお願いいた
This
し
is a
ます。
really good year for Sega. Really good year for Sega. Oh wait, hang on. They just available on day one for Xbox Game Pass. And yeah, we go.
大人の男の人が楽しめるゲームってこの世にないよねって。
I appreciate
じゃあ
this.
自分たちが楽しいと思えるゲーム作るのが一番いいんじゃないっていう発想から生まれて、このゲームを立ち上げて、日本の歌舞伎町をモチーフとしたカムロ町っていう街で遊ぶゲームを作って、なんかある意味分かる人だけ分かってくれればいいと思って作ってたら、ここまで20年近くシリーズが続いてきてたんで、まあ20年前の僕らの、適当な考え方がうまくいったのかなと思っています。まあそもそも龍が如く8を作ってる最中に桐生一馬が、登場する理由っていうのが、まあ、物語上語られていくんですけれど、そこの、空白の時間っていうのが存在するんですね。龍が如く6の後、龍が如く8に至るまでの空白の期間をどういうふうに彼に喋らせようかっていうのを考えてた時に、まあしっかりそこのエピソードは、ゲームとして表現した方がいいんじゃないかっていう発想で生まれたのが龍が如くセブンガイデン名を消した男なんですね。龍が如く7と龍が如く8、まあ春日一番両方主人公ではあるんですけれど、龍が如く7の時は昔ヤクザで、その後、18年刑務所に入ってから出てきた、まあ、人っていう形で描かれていましたけど、龍が如く8では普通の社会人としての彼の日常が描かれているということになるんですね。でもやっぱり春日一番が龍が如く7でやってしまったことというか、世間に向けてやったことがまあいろいろあだになったりして、彼は非常に暮らしにくいというか生きにくい今を生きているという中で、春日一番はどのようにして、また世の中に積極的に絡んでいくのかみたいなことが、まあ序盤、龍が如く8の序盤で描かれていきますと。この龍が如くセブンガイデン
I feel like this would have been in the RGG Direct. I'm not gonna lie.
RGG スタジオのある意味集大成と思って作っていて、もうこの先の龍が如くシリーズのことなんて全くイメージできないぐらい、ある意味やりきった作品になっていると、思ってますと。多分もうこの先ダブル主人公の RPG タイトルって作らないと思うし、桐生一馬単独のアクションタイトルってのももう作らないと思うので、まあそれは作品をやってもらえればその意味っていうのが分かってくると思うんですけれど、もう龍が如くシリーズを、これまで
So this is the end of the line.
絶対にやってほしい。桐生一馬と春日一番という人間の進むべき道ってのをその目に焼き付けてほしいなと思ってます。で、まあシリーズをやったことない方は、まあ特に龍が如くセブンガイデンは、手に取りやすい作品になっていると思うので、そこをぜひプレイしていただいて、で多分プレイしていただいたら続きが気になって絶対龍が如く8はプレイせざるを得ないと思うので、ぜひ遊んでみていただければなと思っております。僕ら龍が如くスタジオとしては今できることを全て龍が如くセブンガイデンと8に入れたつもりですので、ぜひ、
I feel like I lucked out
よろしくお願いします。
that I watched the RGG Direct before I watched this. Oh, my heart. I'm not gonna lie, my heart. My heart goes out to Kiryu. So, they said they might not do it, and I understand why, but they're just saying that. I think they just established that this is officially Kiryu's last game, or more accurately, where he's a protagonist in a game. And Like a Dragon 8 may end up being more like a trilogy of that type. Like it ends with Ichiban. I think they're just trying to get to more of a definitive ending so they can do a new Like a Dragon thing. Or maybe even move on to Lost Judgment. That's so saddening. After what I know, I feel like people like Slugboot and Asia have a very good advantage of this. I do like this style of diorama style game. I know that the female archetype of a badass lady is one that I hold dear in my heart. And today is still not going to change.
一人二人とかケチなこと言わずに国の一つ二つぐらい助けてみなさいよ。なんだか脳が頑張るなら私も頑張れるって思えるもの。我々軍人の最大の願いは働かないで済むことですから。
The true battle. Hello. Hi, Pia Valkyrie. Howdy.
見過ごすことはできない。このまま降参する。
I've spent 6 hours watching stuff. It looks really good though. This Ayuden, we've seen this. I think we've seen this trailer before, but it's nice to see it. Like, I guess to remind yourself that it exists again.
Game Pass には素晴らしいコンテンツが多く登場しています。
They're really trying to put this
夢中になれるゲームがきっと見つかるはずです。
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm wondering how many games.
東京ゲームショー2023の開催を記念して Xbox では日本のプレイヤー向けに期間限定価格でゲームパスを提供いたします。
They're really trying to push Game Pass.
最初の1ヶ月が100円になります。 PC でのプレイがお好きな方は PC ゲームパスを Xbox コンソール
Is there anything else I've missed, by the way?
クラウドゲームをプレイしたい方は Xbox ゲームパスアルティメットをお選びください。詳しくは xbox.com をご覧ください。 Xbox の東京ゲームショーを楽しんでいますか？引き続きたくさんのゲームに関する最新情報をお届けします。
I really don't like the scripted styling here, because the thing is Japan does their own scripted styling of it, and their way of scripting feels a lot more free flow, because yeah, you can tell they're thinking, but it doesn't lack personality. It feels too robotic, and I really want Xbox to really fix that. I really wish that presentational style would change so it's a little more free flowing, so that personality can join out a bit more. Also, stop using goddamn licensed music that we can't stream this to, you absolute plonkers. This is gonna get muted anyway. What's the difference it's gonna make? So yeah, based on this alone, they have heavily leaned on Sega, which I don't know if it's like it just shows more of a testament of how good Sega is than it is.
Hello to everybody in our Japanese community. I'm Rich Lambert, the creative director on the Elder Scrolls Online. From all of us here at ZOS,
again,
we are
I think I'm being too
extremely
judgmental,
excited to announce that
but I feel like I'm being fair.
November 15th, ESO will be fully localized in Japanese on the Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and S. This is something that has been a long time in the making, and we know you've all been extremely patient while waiting for this.
I mean, this is good. This is a good. This is the stuff I should be hearing about.
Launched Necrom, which is our latest chapter,
because it means that there's accessibility towards the Japanese market more.
Of new content planned for the future. So we really look forward to seeing you all in Tamriel soon, and thank you for all your continued support.
I'm really looking forward to Aki. Going to be so funny. She looks really good. Players Unknown Battlegrounds. Remember that game? Arangel. I forgot this game even existed. I'm not going to lie. Okay. My lovely Empress.
My name is Riris from Game Changer Studio. We are a small indie game developer with a team of around 10 people based in Indonesia. We are behind the trilogy of My Lovely series. My Lovely Daughter and My Lovely Wife are management games with thought-provoking premise that simulate the dark side of human relationship. We are now working on a new game, My Lovely Empress, where we took this premise and evolved it to the next level.
Hi.
You are the Emperor of the Crimson Kingdom, and you can
who's that again? I forgot his name.
Fallen Empress at the price of the souls of your
Is
subjects.
it Emperor Ozai?
Or betray
Fire Lord Ozai? Yeah, that's his
pursue
name.
a relationship
what the
with
hell?
leaders of other nations across the empire.
See, this is the sort of game I should
Either
be
way,
hearing more
you
about
will have
from
to balance your
Xbox.
resources and
I feel like
handle
that's
difficult
what
decisions
would
to
suit
keep your
them
people
more,
growing.
is
To
by
aid you in
funding
this task, you will be able to summon Yaguai
games that are in the
or
Asia Pacific
yokai
area.
in Japanese.
Asia Pacific areas. Yes, I would like you to please fund my Oni waifu addiction.
Inspired by
Thank you.
ancient Asian myth, those alluring godly beings walking amongst men are capable of powerful magic and hold the secrets of the darkest rituals. We didn't just want to repeat what was done before, and Neon Doctrine, our publisher and co-developing partner, are helping us to enhance the experience, including bringing the Yaguai
Yeah,
to
Aki
life
looks really
in
good though.
3D.
Seamlessly blending the best of both worlds, the charm of 2D with the immersive experience of 3D. What we're creating allows us to not only honor the original vision, but also to take it to new heights. We can create something truly special that will leave a lasting impact for our players.
So his wife died, and then he decided, screw it, I'm gonna go marry an Oni, a furry Oni. Okay, we saw this in the Capcom one.
The paint job,
We saw this earlier.
Pilot. Have some self-respect and change up your appearance. Make sure you're tried whatever new equipment you get.
Who's the voice on
Final
this?
mission will be escape. Enter the escape device before it deactivates.
Okay, I saw this before.
The
We saw this
escape
in the
device
thing.
will activate shortly. Immediate entry is advised.
Exo Primal, now on the Xbox. The Xbox.
Here comes a new challenger.
I'm surprised this wasn't the way that they showed the trailer. White Owl.
こんにちは。実は今回2人でコラボレーションしてます。
So we saw these guys at the start, and I was like, this is actually a good way of presenting the Xbox stuff by actually Hotel Barcelona. Swery 65 and Suda should be like a crazy. This is the sort of stuff that I think should be developed more of.
Yes, I'd never lie to you. Play ball! Look, servant, isn't this interesting?
Is that me?
I hope they actually add more slash
a
effects.
you from the past. That's a side effect from the loop.
Loop?
This place is trapped with some type of barrier that warps you back here whenever you die.
We don't specialize in sausages here. We specialize in sausages.
Oh.
You can't trust this man. He's not the person you think he is.
Zillions.
That was a shot.
What game am I looking at right now?
Bernstein. Let the game begin.
Don't you know
I feel like this is gonna have that problem of using licensed music again.
All the bigots, even if I need to rip them limb from limb.
Chains of despair.
Is that Sean Schimmel? That's Sean Schimmel.
Stay away from the lake. That campground's cursed. Got a death curse on it, yes sirree.
.5D slasher film parodic action Hotel Barcelona. I mean, this is good. This is actually a good concept.
ホテルバルセロナっていうタイトルを聞いたときにやっぱり最初からすごいいいなって思いました。須田さん自身がどのように考えてこのタイトルをつけたかちょっと分かんないですけど、僕自身もホテルにかなりこだわりがある人物なので、真っ先にもう大好きなホラー映画のシャイニング、あれに出てくるオーバールックホテルっていうのが頭に浮かびました。でそれが原因かどうか分かんないですけど、バルセロナっていう名前のホテルなのに、なぜか舞台は北米、北アメリカになるだろうなって勝手に
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. I like the idea. I would thought the exact
バ
same
ーフ
thing.
にあるイベントで一緒になったんですね。本当山奥のまさに本当になんですかね、人里離れたリゾート地の巨大なホテルなんですけども、そこが本当にね、ホテルバルセロナの舞台のちょっとイメージにもなりました。2人でゲームデザインのアイデアをそこで固めて、本当2人でキャッチボールし合いながら、そこでかなり企画の骨格が出来上がったんですよね。はい。
ホテルバルセロナがどんなゲームか、
It's so easy to sort of like
完全
crap
新
on
作のホラーゲームで、
but when it does something right like this is the sort of stuff that intrigues me more because it feels like it takes away from the publishers they're trying to work with as opposed to letting them breathe. But that's just because, like I said, I'm in a post-leak world here.
スラッシャーファントムっていうのは、分かりやすく言うと過去の自分が、今の自分を助けてくれるシステム。何回も死んで遊ぶたびに、前回の集会の自分とか前々回の集会の自分が今のミッションに参加して、敵を倒したりオブジェクトを破壊したりして助けてくれます。デスループを作るときに普通のゲームだと素材とか経験値みたいなパラメーターだけを持ち越してそれをループさせるゲームがメインなんですけれども、僕はそれにもう一つ加えたくて、過去の時間軸、時間そのものを持っていけるそういうデスループのゲームを作りたかったんです。
ゲームデザインに関しては、スリさんと2人で本当にコラボレーションするという意味合いで、初期の段階に2人でいろいろ話し合いましたね。基本的にはもうガリガリとホワイト R の皆さんがもう開発をどんどん進めてくれていて、途中でスリさんから映像が送られてきて見せてもらうんですけども、すごいアクションが出来上がっていって、本当に僕とスリさんで思い描いていた
I don't mind it being a side-scrolling thing. I just want them to fix the lighting a little bit, so it's not so fuzzy. It's not got too much bloomage. Like other than that,
スリさんの方でしっかり組んでもらってですね、本当最終的には気持ちのいいアクションゲームが出来上がってるんじゃないかなと思ってます。
アートスタイルに関するこだわりなんですけれども、今回の作品っていうのは日本で作っているので日本のゲームらしさっていうのと、テーマになっている80年代から90年代のハリウッドホラー映画、これのテイストをうまく融合させられるような 写実的になりすぎないでもアニメっぽくなりすぎないそういう中間のスタイルを模索しています。
I mean, that's fair.
であとは、須田さんのゲーム須田ゲーに近づけるようにユーザーインターフェースであるとかハッドっていうところにスタイリッシュさを取り入れたり動きの要素を入れる努力をしました。
House of the
こ
Dead
のゲー
style
ムに出
game,
てく
which
る
is
ボスの
great.
特徴なんですが、まず
I
この
think
ゲ
we
ー
should
ムに
lean
は
even
7つ
heavier
の
on
世界
it.
が存在します。でそれぞれにホラー映画をイメージさせるボスが存在しています。でその中でも僕が
I
一
like
番気に入っているのは
that's
ステージ
clearly a
1のジェイ
xenomorph.
コブです。ジェイコブはですね剛腕の怪力野球殺人鬼で、キャンプ場に併設されている古いグラウンドを根城にしています。ホッケーマスクの殺人鬼っていうのはね皆さん知ってる有名だと思うんですけど、野球のヘッドギアをつけた殺人鬼っていうのは他にいないかもっていうふうに彼を思いついた瞬間から僕はもうジェイコブのことが大好きなんですね。発売自体は来年になるのでもう少し先になるんですけれども、きっと皆さんが遊びたかったゲームこれが欲しかったんだ
I think this has got more inspirations with the Travis Strikes Back game.
ずっとこのホテルバルサナを待っていてくれたファンの皆さんに感謝します。ぜひシッピングをお待ちください。
たくさんのアイコニックなタイトルとともに東京ゲームショウで我々のトレーラーを発表できたことを本当に嬉しく思います。2023年東京ゲームショウの残りもお楽しみください。
Thank you. Ah, that's the first and last game. Okay, cool. All right. Let's review a little bit, I guess. Here's my main take on Xbox's thing. First things first, how stiff they can sometimes feel in terms of their presentation. And I don't know why. I really don't understand how they still feel so stiff. Like, Phil Spencer, fine, but everyone else should not be. I can understand why Phil Spencer needs to be stiff. In some ways, and he probably is not that stiff in real life. He's probably very charismatic, but it feels even Reggie Fils-Aimé had more personality than him, you know, and it's at least shows more personality in these presentations than him than what they tend to show. And I'm not gonna lie, the language stuff still bugs me, but that's just because I don't know if it's me wanting some if I'm being offended for no reason. Does that make sense? You know, when you feel like you don't know whether you should be offended for a language that you don't speak, but you kind of know how it feels to be if it was your own language type situation. It's one of them. They lent very heavily on Sega stuff. I think if the Sega stuff was not here, it would actually be a far weaker show. And Sega, like, not as an offense to any of the other games out there, but they had definitely a lot more content from the Sega side of it. They had Persona 3 Reload, Tactica, and the Ryuga games. And they had an explanation on some of the stuff that we didn't hear from the RGG Direct, which actually was really, really cool, if anything. So, you know, gotta say as it is. The unique games, there was like 2 or 3. And I kind of wish there was more. I feel like Xbox is missing some of the tricks when it comes to working the Tokyo market when it comes to this sort of thing. I think for the casual audience this was fine, but in terms of proving that Japan has something specific, like Sega presenting RGG stuff makes sense. If Square Enix presented something from their own games, it makes sense because they're all Japanese brands, and it just happens to be that they work really well in the West. So a lot of people there'll be a lot of appetite for it. But when it comes to Xbox wanting to try and hit that market, which I don't know if they're doing well or not doing well, it's a very hard one to figure out. My take on this is that there needs to be them as a platform doing something. At least with PlayStation, they have more of an advantage because they're a Japanese company. Xbox has a harder job of actually trying to what's the word I'm looking for here, to hit that Asia market more. So I think personally they should just support the Asia market instead of trying to buy the Asia market. At least the way it tends to feel like, that it buys the Asia market. I have no problem. Like, for example, I'm not gonna lie, people are still probably reeling from not Bloodborne. What was the game? The Platinum games that suddenly disappeared? Scalebound. I think some people might still be being salty about that. But to be honest, PlayStation and Nintendo have a corner on that market. You will not be able to enter that market that easily. So what you got to do is, for me personally, at least this is my take on the situation. I'm not a business major, but if I was gonna try and hit a place that doesn't normally get hit that often, then I would probably say work around them by working with the indie developers that live in Japan and get those out into the West more. Work them into the Game Pass, because then you're introducing value that you wouldn't normally have. I don't know how big the indie market is in Japan, but I do know that it exists. So working with people like NS America in Japan, or NAS in Japan, or Falcom, or a few others, working with those smaller publishers will probably benefit and reap a better reward, because then when the bigger publishers come in, it'll be more on purpose, as opposed to trying to fight a battle that doesn't need to necessarily be fought. So that's kind of how I look at it, and I really do think that they should just create a Japanese-orientated Xbox brand that will be able to localize in a different way. And like I said, if it goes well, it goes well, and I kind of don't want anything to go wrong. I kind of want to keep, like, I don't want them to buy up so many publishers, but honestly speaking, it just works better if Xbox just tried to develop the area, and they probably do in some way, but I want to see finished products. I want to see them actually make it a big deal that these things are coming from another area, and Tokyo Game Show is the best spot for it. So if I feel Xbox should be trying to aim for the Asia Pacific area. A lot of the stuff that's on here has been stuff we've seen on other shows, and I would give them more the benefit of the doubt as opposed to Xbox as the publisher doing it. But then again, Xbox is the publisher, and that's kind of where you want to put all of your games, right? So it's kind of a catch-22 situation right now. Nintendo did their Direct, PlayStation had a State of Play, Xbox did the Tokyo Game Show. I just wish that they did something that was a bit more unique towards the Tokyo Game Show, as opposed to re-showing stuff that was from stuff that we've seen before. The Swery Suda51 collaboration is actually probably the strongest part about this presentation. But if we're talking, right, is it going to make me be an Xbox fan? Not many of the other games have actually sold me on that one, at least personally. What sold me as an Xbox fan initially was the Halo, was some of the I wouldn't even say a Call of Duty, but Halo was kind of like my big deal for that. Killer Instinct would have been more of that. So unique things that act as proper flag bearers for the brand, that's one. And second, having unique titles that you can't find anywhere else. Indie developers are your friends. Just use them, Xbox. Stop trying to get the big publishers, because you're not going to win battles with that one. It's going to be a slow build, but by the time the end of the generation that you want to build comes up, I guarantee you in 2-3 years time, you'll probably get what you want. So you will you'll basically be XBLA as you were in the 360, and that's something that I think is sorely missed in the market. A competitor in that sense. So yeah, I kind of